All right, ready to dive into the world of industrial maintenance supervisors. Getting ready for that interview, right?
Absolutely. It's a vital role in any industrial operation.
Keeping those machines humming, that's what it's all about. So we're going deep, really deep into what makes a great supervisor.
Safety, efficiency, leadership, the whole package.
And to help us out, we've got some awesome resources from RoleCatcher, their career guide, and the interview guide, specifically for industrial maintenance supervisors. They've got some great insights.
Really helpful stuff, especially for those tricky interview questions.
Before we get to those questions, let's set the scene, paint a picture. What's a typical day like for an industrial maintenance supervisor?
Imagine a bustling factory floor, the heart of the operation.
Lots of moving parts, literally.
Exactly. And you're right in the thick of it, leading a team of technicians, solving problems on the fly, keeping everything running smoothly.
Sounds pretty hands-on, not a desk job for sure.
Definitely not. It's dynamic, fast-paced. You need to be able to think on your feet.
Yeah. And the career outlook, the guide mentioned something about steady demand, right?
Absolutely. There's a constant need for skilled supervisors, especially those with a strong understanding of safety and environmental regulations.
Makes sense. Industries are always evolving, new technologies popping up all the time.
Exactly. So if you're looking for a career with stability and growth potential, this field is definitely worth considering.
Speaking of technology, I know RoleCatcher uses AI to help you navigate the job search. How does that work?
Well, it's like having a personalized career assistant powered by AI. It analyzes job descriptions and helps tailor your CV or resume to highlight those key skills.
So it helps you get noticed, stand out from the crowd.
Exactly, especially with those automated recruitment systems so many companies use these days. It's like leveling up your job search game.
I like that, leveling up. Okay, so let's get to those interview questions. The guide has some great examples, real questions asked by real hiring managers.
Let's dive in. The first one is a classic. Tell us about your experience in industrial maintenance.
Seems pretty straightforward, but I bet there's more to it than just listing your previous jobs.
You're right. They want to hear about your passion for the field, your technical know-how, your problem-solving skills. Think back to specific situations where you tackled tough challenges. You know, those times you went above and beyond.
So instead of just saying, I've done some maintenance work, you'd want to give them a vivid picture, right?
Exactly. Like, I diagnosed a faulty motor that was causing production delays, then implemented a new maintenance protocol that boosted efficiency by 15%.
Now that's impressive. Show them you make a real impact.
And guess what? RoleCatcher's Copilot feature can actually analyze your answer to this question, suggest ways to make it even stronger.
Wow, like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
Oh.
Okay, next question. How do you prioritize maintenance tasks when everything seems urgent? That's a tough one. Juggling priorities is a constant battle.
Absolutely. This question is all about showing your organizational skills, your understanding of risk management. You need a system, a way to assess those urgent tasks.
So you wouldn't just tackle them in the order they come in.
Definitely not. You might mention using a risk matrix to assess the severity of potential failures, prioritize those tasks that could have the biggest impact, on safety, production, or cost.
It's about making those tough decisions under pressure.
Exactly. And being able to explain your reasoning, a potential follow-up question might be, can you give me a specific example of a time when you had to prioritize multiple urgent tasks? What factors did you consider?
Okay, next question. What is your experience with preventative maintenance programs? This seems huge in this role, right? Absolutely. This is about showcasing your proactive approach to maintenance, preventing problems before they even occur.
Like instead of just putting out fires, you're figuring out how to stop them from starting in the first place.
Exactly. You want to talk about specific programs you've implemented, highlight those positive results, reduce downtime, improve reliability, cost savings.
Show them you're thinking long-term, strategically, and be prepared for follow-up questions like, what techniques or technologies have you used in preventative maintenance? Any experience with predictive maintenance or condition monitoring? They want to see if you're staying up to date.
Okay, onto a crucial one. How do you ensure compliance with safety regulations in a busy industrial environment? Safety is paramount, right?
Absolutely. This is about showcasing your commitment to safety, your deep understanding of the regulations. It's not just about ticking boxes. It's about creating a culture of prevention.
So it's about going above and beyond just following the rules.
Exactly. You want to highlight your experience in developing safety programs, conducting audits, training employees, show them you're proactive and meticulous when it comes to safety, that you take a leadership role.
So instead of just saying, I make sure everyone follows the rules, You'd give them a specific example.
Exactly. Something like, I implemented a new safety training program that reduced accidents by 20%, or I identified a potential hazard and took steps to correct it before it could cause an incident.
Now, those are powerful statements, showing you're truly committed to safety.
And be ready for those follow-up questions. They might ask about specific regulations or standards, or present a hypothetical scenario, like a near miss, and see how you'd handle it.
Okay, let's move on to leadership. How do you manage a team of maintenance technicians, especially with diverse personalities and skill levels? Managing people is a whole other skill set, right?
Absolutely. This is about showcasing your leadership style, your ability to motivate and guide a team, create a positive and productive environment.
It's about building a cohesive team where everyone feels valued and respected.
Exactly. You might talk about different leadership styles you found effective, your approach to team building, motivation, even conflict resolution.
Give them concrete examples of how you communicate, delegate, provide feedback.
And be prepared for those follow-up questions. They might ask you to describe a time when you had to motivate your team to achieve a challenging goal, or maybe how you handled a conflict between team members.
Okay, let's get into the financial side. How do you manage maintenance costs and ensure resources are used effectively? Budgets are a reality in any organization, right?
Absolutely. This is about demonstrating your financial savvy, balancing cost effectiveness with equipment reliability.
So it's about being both thrifty and ensuring everything runs smoothly.
Exactly. You might discuss your experience managing budgets, negotiating contracts with vendors, even finding creative ways to reduce costs without compromising quality.
Show them you're thinking like a business owner, not just a technician.
A potential follow-up question might be about a time when you had to make a tough decision, like a costly repair or a replacement. They want to see how you weigh the pros and cons.
Okay, here's one that's always relevant. How do you stay current with new maintenance technologies and industry best practices? The field is constantly evolving, right?
Absolutely. This is about showcasing your commitment to lifelong learning, staying ahead of the curve. You don't want to come across as stuck in your way.
So you'd want to show them you're eager to embrace new technologies, adapt to a changing environment.
Exactly. Mention your involvement in industry associations, conferences, workshops, even subscriptions to trade publications.
Show them you're proactive about staying informed.
And be ready to talk about specific technologies like predictive maintenance, using data and analytics to anticipate failures, or maybe augmented reality for training purposes.
Those are some cutting-edge advancements. Okay, let's tackle this one. How do you balance competing priorities like unexpected breakdowns, urgent requests, and long-term projects? Multitasking is a must in this role, right?
Absolutely. This is about demonstrating your organizational skills, time management, your ability to prioritize under pressure. Think of it like being a conductor, keeping all those instruments in harmony.
That's a great analogy. You need to see the big picture and manage your time effectively.
Exactly. Mention specific techniques you use, like to-do lists, prioritizing by urgency and importance, breaking down big projects into smaller chunks.
Stay organized, focused, and productive, even when things get chaotic.
And be prepared for those follow-up questions. They might ask you to describe a time when you had to juggle multiple urgent tasks, or present a hypothetical scenario and see how you'd handle it.
Okay, last question for this part. How do you manage vendor relationships and ensure you're getting the best value for your money? Building strong relationships with vendors is crucial, right?
Absolutely. It's about showcasing your interpersonal skills, negotiation skills, building those mutually beneficial relationships.
It's like being a diplomat, building bridges between your organization and the outside world.
Exactly. You want to demonstrate that you understand the importance of clear communication, mutual respect, fairness in those vendor relationships.
So it's about finding that balance between getting a good deal and maintaining a positive long-term relationship.
Precisely. They might ask about a specific challenge you faced in a vendor relationship and how you overcame it. They want to see if you can handle conflicts effectively, find those win-win solutions.
So it's not just about being a tough negotiator. It's about being a problem solver and a relationship builder. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part, from preventative maintenance to leadership, safety, budgets, and vendor relationships. But there's still more to come. Join us in part 2, where we'll tackle even more insightful questions and dive deeper into those valuable career insights from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
All right, back for more. Ready to tackle some more of those tough interview questions.
You bet. Let's dig in. What's next on the list?
Okay, how about this one? Describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision regarding a major equipment failure. What factors did you consider, and how did you arrive at your solution? This one's all about your judgment, decision-making, how you handle those high-pressure situations.
It's not just about knowing the technical stuff. It's about applying that knowledge when things hit the fan.
Exactly. So pick a good example, something relevant to the job. Think about those times you had to make tough calls that impacted safety, production, maybe even the bottom line, a critical piece of equipment going down unexpectedly. Those are the stories they want to hear.
Yeah, showcase your ability to think clearly, act decisively when the pressure's on.
Focus on those steps you took, how you gathered information, evaluated options. Did you consult with your team, research solutions, analyze data, all those things that show you're a problem solver.
Not just someone who panics when things go wrong.
Right. And don't forget the outcome. What happened as a result of your decision? Did you minimize downtime, reduce costs, improve safety? Those are the details that make a difference.
So then you make things happen, even in tough situations.
And guess what? RoleCatcher's Copilot can help you craft a compelling story. Analyze your answer, give you feedback on how to structure it, what details to include, even suggest some keywords.
It's like having a personal storytelling coach right there in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
Okay, next question. This one's about leadership. How do you motivate your team to embrace new technologies and adapt to changing industry trends? Keeping up with the latest and greatest, that's a constant challenge, right?
Absolutely. And getting your team on board with those changes, that's leadership in action. This question is all about showing your communication skills, how you create a culture of continuous learning.
So how do you get everyone excited about those new technologies? What's the secret?
Well, first, you got to explain the why. Why are these new technologies important? How will they benefit the company, the team, even their own career growth?
Paint that bigger picture. Show them it's not just change for change's sake.
Right. Provide training opportunities, professional development, invest in their skills. That shows you care about their growth.
Make them feel valued, part of something bigger.
And don't forget recognition. Celebrate successes. Create a culture where learning and innovation are celebrated. A potential follow-up question might be, give me an example of when you successfully introduced a new technology or process to your team. What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
Okay, let's talk safety culture. How do you foster a culture of safety in your team and ensure that everyone is accountable for maintaining a safe work environment? This is huge, right?
Yeah.
Safety has to be a top priority.
Absolutely. This question is all about showing your commitment to safety, how you create a culture where everyone feels responsible. It's not just about following rules, it's about going above and beyond.
Creating a workplace where people feel empowered to speak up, prevent accidents.
Exactly. Lead by example, make safety a part of everything you do, implement training programs, conduct safety audits, have clear procedures for reporting hazards, keep those communication lines open, share best practices, recognize safe behaviors.
Keep safety top of mind, make it everyone's responsibility.
A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you had to address a safety violation or a near miss. How did you handle it, and what did you do to prevent it from happening again?
Okay, let's shift gears for a moment. The RoleCatcher Career Guide talks about some interesting career paths for industrial maintenance supervisors. It's not just a job, it's a launch pad for a fulfilling career, right?
Absolutely. As you gain experience, you could specialize in a specific area like predictive maintenance, reliability engineering, even safety management, or you could move into leadership roles, maintenance manager, plant manager, even director of operations.
So many possibilities. It's exciting. And the guide also mentions some valuable certifications. Which ones stand out?
There's the Certified Maintenance and Reliability Professional, the CMRP, the Certified Maintenance Manager, CMM, and the Certified Plant Maintenance Manager, CPMM. Those are highly recognized in the industry.
So they show employers you're serious about your profession, constantly learning and growing.
Exactly. They demonstrate expertise in areas like preventative maintenance, reliability, root cause analysis. They can really boost your resume, and RoleCatcher has a ton of information on these certifications on their platform.
Great resource. Okay, back to those interview questions. How about this one? Describe a time when you had to implement a new maintenance program or process with limited resources and tight deadlines. Sounds like a recipe for stress.
It can be, but it's also an opportunity to shine. This question is all about showcasing your resourcefulness, your creativity, your ability to get things done, even when the going gets tough.
So it's about thinking outside the box, finding solutions, even when you're up against it.
Pick an example where you had to overcome challenges, budget constraints, maybe staffing shortages, unexpected delays. Did you have to improvise, delegate creatively, negotiate with vendors? Those are the stories they want to hear.
Show them you're not afraid of a challenge. You can find a way to make it happen.
Focus on those specific actions. How you prioritize tasks, streamline processes, sought out support. Did you meet those deadlines, achieve those desired results? That's what they're looking for.
Show them you can deliver, even under pressure.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's co-pilot can help you tell that story effectively, analyze your answer, provide feedback, make sure it's impactful.
It's like having your own personal editor. Okay, this one's about continuous improvement. How do you promote continuous improvement within your team and foster a culture where everyone is constantly seeking ways to optimize processes, enhance efficiency, and improve safety? This seems like a big part of leadership, always striving to do better.
Absolutely. It's about setting the tone, creating a culture where everyone feels empowered to contribute. This question is all about your leadership style, your commitment to excellence.
So how do you create that kind of environment where everyone's always looking for ways to improve?
Open communication is key. Encourage feedback, active
Mhm.
listening, make sure everyone feels heard and valued. Their ideas matter. You might want to implement systems for gathering feedback, tracking progress, recognizing those improvements.
Make it a part of the daily routine, not just a once-a-year thing.
Exactly. And use data. Track those key performance indicators. Identify areas for improvement. Show that you're data-driven. A potential follow-up might be, can you give me an example of a time when you successfully implemented a continuous improvement initiative within your team? What was the challenge? How did you approach it? And what were the results?
Okay, let's talk training and development. How do you identify training needs within your team and ensure that everyone has the skills and knowledge they need to perform their jobs safely and effectively? Investing in your team, that's crucial for success, right?
Absolutely. It's all about recognizing that learning is a continuous process. This question is about showing your commitment to your team's professional growth, understanding how adults learn, creating that culture of continuous learning.
It's about staying ahead of the curve in a field that's constantly changing.
One effective approach is regular performance evaluations. Identify those areas where team members excel and where they might need some additional training. Be proactive.
Catch those skills gaps before they become problems.
Exactly. And get feedback from the team members themselves. What skills do they want to develop? What challenges are they facing? Empower them to take ownership of their own growth once you've identified the needs. Provide access to quality training programs, whether it's external courses, on-the-job training, or online learning platforms.
It's about finding the right solution for each individual. Make sure the training is engaging and relevant.
And follow up afterwards. Was the training effective? Are they applying what they learned? Is there a need for more training? A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you successfully implemented a training program that improved your team's performance or addressed a specific skills gap.
Okay, let's talk about creating a positive work environment. This one's important. How do you build and maintain a positive and productive work environment for your team, especially in a demanding and sometimes stressful industrial setting? It's about recognizing that people are at the heart of any successful operation.
Absolutely. This question is about showing your understanding of human dynamics, creating that sense of camaraderie and teamwork, fostering a healthy and positive environment.
Because a happy team is a productive team, right?
Exactly. Open communication is key. Encourage them to share their ideas, concerns, suggestions. Make yourself available. Build that trust and transparency.
Create a safe space where people feel comfortable speaking their minds.
Team building is important too. Those social interactions, lunches, outings, even volunteer activities help them bond outside of work. And don't forget recognition. Acknowledge their contributions. Celebrate successes. Make them feel appreciated.
Those little things go a long way.
A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you had to address a conflict or a morale issue within your team. How did you approach the situation, and what steps did you take to resolve it?
Okay, let's talk about staying current in a rapidly changing field. How do you stay informed about emerging technologies and trends in the field of industrial maintenance? And how do you apply that knowledge to improve your team's performance and the company's overall efficiency? This one's about being a thought leader, staying ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. Show your curiosity, your commitment to professional development, how you translate knowledge into action, actively engage with industry, attend conferences, read publications, join organizations, connect with other professionals online.
Be a part of the conversation. Share those insights.
Carve out time for personal study, subscribe to newsletters, follow thought leaders, read books and articles, make continuous learning a habit.
And once you have that knowledge, share it with your team. Right.
Exactly. Lead discussions, organize training sessions, encourage them to explore new ideas, experiment. A potential follow-up might be, Give me an example of a time when you applied new knowledge or a new technology to improve a process or solve a problem within your team.
Okay, communication is key in any role, but especially in a leadership position. How do you ensure effective communication within your team, with other departments, and with senior management? How do you keep everyone informed, address concerns, and build strong relationships? This one's about being a master communicator, building those bridges.
Absolutely. It's about clear communication, relationship building, making sure everyone's on the same page, establish those channels of communication, regular team meetings, email updates, maybe an internal communication platform.
Make sure everyone has access to the information they need when they need it.
Encourage open dialogue and feedback, create a culture where people feel comfortable sharing their ideas, concerns, suggestions. Transparency and trust are key.
Make people feel heard.
Active listening is crucial. Give them your full attention. Ask clarifying questions. Show that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you had to communicate a difficult message or address a sensitive issue within your team or with another department.
Okay, let's talk about conflict resolution. Describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict between two team members. How did you approach the situation and what was the outcome?
Conflicts are inevitable, right? It's about knowing how to handle them effectively.
Absolutely. This is about showing your conflict resolution skills, your ability to mediate, create a harmonious and productive work environment. You're the peacemaker.
Finding those win-win solutions.
First, create a safe space for dialogue. Meet with each team member individually, hear their perspectives, acknowledge their feelings, understand their needs, no judgment.
Let them know they can speak freely, openly. Then facilitate a conversation between them, encourage them to listen to each other, find that common ground, brainstorm solutions, remain neutral, don't take sides, guide the conversation, help them reach a resolution on their own.
Empower them to own the solution.
A potential follow-up might be, what challenges have you faced when resolving conflicts within your team, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Okay, let's talk about delegation. Describe your approach to delegating tasks and empowering your team members to take ownership of their work. How do you ensure tasks are assigned appropriately and that team members have the support and resources they need to succeed? Delegation is a key leadership skill, right?
Absolutely. It's about trusting your team, empowering them to grow and develop. This question shows your understanding of delegation principles, how you assess strengths and weaknesses, create that culture of accountability.
It's about recognizing that you can't do everything yourself. You need to build a strong team.
When you delegate, match the task to the individual's skills and experience, consider their strengths, interests, and development goals, set them up for success, provide clear instructions, set expectations, offer support and guidance.
Be a mentor, not a micromanager.
Trust them to do the job, give them the autonomy to make decisions, solve problems. A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you successfully delegated a challenging task to a team member. How did you support them, and what was the outcome?
Okay, let's talk about RoleCatcher's Career Compass for a minute. We mentioned it earlier, but it's worth a closer look. It's designed to help people explore career paths, identify their strengths, set goals. It's like having a personal career counselor, right?
That really is. Imagine you're feeling a bit lost in your career, not sure where to go next. The Career Compass can help. It asks you about your skills, interests, values, aspirations. Then it generates a personalized report, recommendations for career paths, skills to develop, even job openings that match your profile.
It's about finding that path that aligns with your passion, your goals.
Taking control of your career destiny, and it's all accessible through a free RoleCatcher account.
Fantastic. Okay, back to those interview questions. How about this one? Describe a time when you had to deal with a major safety incident or a near miss. What actions did you take and what lessons did you learn? This one's all about safety leadership, learning from those tough experiences.
Absolutely. It's about showing your commitment to safety, how you stay calm under pressure, your willingness to learn and grow. Pick an example where you had to respond to a real or potential hazard. Did you have to evacuate a building, implement emergency procedures, conduct an investigation?
Show them you can handle a crisis. Prioritize safety.
Be specific about your actions, the steps you took, the decisions you made, and why. Explain how those actions mitigated the risks. Show your critical thinking skills.
Don't just say you followed procedures. Explain the reasoning behind your actions.
And what was the outcome? Did you contain the incident, prevent injuries, identify areas for improvement? Those details matter. And reflect on the experience. What lessons did you learn? What would you do differently next time? What steps did you take to prevent similar incidents in the future?
Show them you can learn and grow from those challenging situations.
And RoleCatcher's Copilot can help you craft that story, analyze your answer, provide feedback, make it truly impactful.
Okay, let's talk about resource management. Describe your approach to managing maintenance budgets and ensuring that resources are allocated effectively to support preventative maintenance, repairs, and new installations. Budgets are always a challenge, right? Making sure you have the resources you need.
Absolutely. This question is about your financial savvy, your understanding of best practices, how you advocate for your team, emphasize your commitment to preventative maintenance, investing in those proactive measures to prevent costly breakdowns, extending the life of equipment.
It's about thinking long-term, preventing problems before they happen.
Mention your experience developing and managing budgets, tracking expenses, negotiating with vendors, those financial management skills. Be specific about how you prioritize projects, evaluate costs and benefits, make those tough decisions about where to invest.
Data-driven decision-making, that's key.
A potential follow-up might be, describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision regarding a major expense or resource allocation. How did you weigh the options? What factors did you consider?
Okay, teamwork and collaboration. Crucial in any role. Describe a time when you had to work effectively with other departments, such as operations, engineering, or safety, to achieve a common goal. It's about building bridges, working together to get things done.
Absolutely. This question is about showcasing your interpersonal skills, your ability to navigate complex organizations, achieve shared objectives, you're the team player, building relationships, finding those win-win solutions.
Working across those departmental silos.
Think of a time when you collaborated with another department on a project or initiative. Did you have to negotiate resources, align priorities, overcome communication barriers? Those are the stories they want to hear.
Show them you can work effectively with others, even when it's challenging.
Focus on those specific actions, how you fostered collaboration, built relationships, did you initiate meetings, establish communication channels, seek out opportunities for joint problem solving. Those details matter.
Show them you're proactive, a good communicator.
And the outcome, did you achieve that common goal? Improve communication and coordination between departments, strengthen relationships. Those are the results they're looking for.
Show them you can bring people together to achieve shared success.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI tools can help you craft that story, analyze your answer, provide feedback, make it truly impactful. Welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into the world of industrial maintenance supervisors.
We've covered a lot of ground. Those interview questions, career paths, the power of AI with RoleCatcher.
A lot to digest, but before you head into that interview, we've got a few more nuggets of wisdom to share.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the secret sauce? What will help our listeners really shine?
We've talked about the technical skills, problem solving, leadership, but there's one more ingredient, soft skills.
Soft skills, you mean like communication, teamwork, adaptability, those interpersonal skills.
Exactly. Those are often overlooked, but they can make all the difference in how you interact with your team, colleagues, vendors, everyone.
So how do you showcase those soft skills in an interview?
It's all about those stories, those examples you share. When you're describing a challenge, highlight how you communicated, collaborated, adapted your approach.
So it's not just what you did, but how you did it. Showing those interpersonal skills that make you a valuable asset.
Right, and those soft skills, they're essential for building a successful career in the long run. They're the foundation of strong relationships, effective teamwork, a positive work environment.
So listeners, remember, showcase those soft skills alongside your technical expertise. It's the winning combination.
Absolutely. Okay, one final topic, salary negotiations.
Ah, yes. Knowing your worth, advocating for yourself, it can be a bit intimidating.
It doesn't have to be. With a little preparation and the right mindset, you can handle it with confidence.
Okay, what are the key things to remember?
Do your research, understand the salary range for similar positions in your industry and location. Sites like Glassdoor and Salary.com can be helpful.
So you know what to expect, what's reasonable.
Exactly. And during the interview, don't bring up salary until you have a job offer. Focus on showcasing your skills, showing them why you're the best fit.
Makes sense? Let them see your value first.
Once you have an offer, consider the whole package, not just the base salary. Think about benefits, vacation time, professional development, all of it.
The big picture, right.
If the initial offer isn't quite what you were hoping for, don't be afraid to negotiate. Be prepared to explain why you deserve more. Highlight your experience, your skills, your accomplishments.
Be your own advocate.
But remember, it's a two-way street. Be respectful, professional, willing to compromise.
Find that middle ground.
And one last tip. Don't be afraid to walk away if it's not a good fit. Knowing your worth means knowing when to say no.
Sometimes the best deal is no deal.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap up our deep dive. We've explored some amazing resources from RoleCatcher. This platform is a game changer for anyone in industrial maintenance.
Okay, let's recap those key features. What can help our listeners land their dream job?
The CV Resume Builder uses AI to tailor your application, make you stand out.
Your personal resume writer.
The Interview Practice feature, AI-powered feedback to refine your delivery, boost your confidence.
Practice makes perfect.
And the Career Compass guides you towards a fulfilling career path.
Your personalized roadmap.
And don't forget the network management tool, build and leverage those professional connections.
Stay organized, stay connected.
All these features are accessible through a free RoleCatcher account.
Sign up today, folks. Unlock a world of possibilities for your career.
As we come to the end of our deep dive, let's leave our listeners with one final thought.
What's that takeaway message?
The journey to becoming a successful industrial maintenance supervisor, or any successful professional, is a continuous process of learning, growing, adapting. Embrace the challenges, seek out opportunities, never stop learning.
Have the right mindset, the right tools, the right support system. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. RoleCatcher is there to guide you.
So go forth with confidence, embrace the challenge, strive for excellence.
We believe in you. That concludes our deep dive into the world of industrial maintenance supervisors. Hope you found it helpful and inspiring.
Keep those gears turning and those machines humming.